live yung lumabas dun sa page ko. I had to delete the other two. Pero kasi lumalabas na prompt sa akin is, ayan, unsupported. Teka nga, check ko muna. Unsupported pero nagla-live naman siya ang kulit ni Facebook. Check ko lang. Ayan, kagaya niyan ngayon. Ka-live na tayo. I will share sa group. Try ko nga. Hello, everyone. Ayan, live na nga.
Okay, let me check the live.
Okay. Yeah, check mo nga rin, Teach. Tapos, yun, i-reshare ko pala siya. Ayan, may mga nag-ano na. Join na sa atin.
Parang hindi ko po, sa group ko po siya makikita, no?
Ay, sorry, i-share ko ngayon, Teach. Sorry
Sorry.
kasi pag hindi mo pa ano yung page ko, parang hindi yata siya mag-show up. So, hold on. I-share ko siya sa, yun, share sa Autism page. Europe.
Ah, okay.
Yan, Autism Pamilya.
Can I grab a drink lang po?
Shortage! No problem. You can also turn off your video muna while you're away. Ah, may 12 na viewers na tayo. Oh, so nice. Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hi po sa inyo. Please feel free to chat where you're watching us from, where you're joining us tonight. Salamat po sa, wow, ang bilis. We already have
Good evening.
18. Ayan. We still have 8 minutes. So, maaga tayo from the time to start. Yan. Hello po sa lahat ng nag-join. You can type in the comment section po where you're coming from, or if you're a parent or also a teacher or a therapist. That would be interesting to know. We would also just, kasi maaga pa naman eh, I'd like to congratulate sila Mommy Dimps po. Kanina po kakatapos lang nung Baliwag Christmas party, Autism PH Christmas party. So that is the last for this year. Yung una, yung kay Inay Brends, tapos, yung today, yung second and last for this year.
Wow.
So, super, super, effort yan si Inay tsaka si Mami Brens. Kaya I'd like to congratulate them sa lahat ng efforts talaga nila to make it happen and make it possible. Congratulations. May mga pictures. Try ko i-share mamaya, para ma-share natin doon sa mga nanonood yung some of the photos from the 23, yung kay Inay Brent sa Batangas, tsaka yung sa Baliwag kanina sa Bulacan. And then we're gonna start at exactly 8. So, hello sa mga nagjo-join. Please do tag yun din pala yung usually na ini-encourage ko is to tag someone or tag their friends and families and colleagues kung sino mga gusto nilang mag-watch and magkaroon ng access. So, tagging works. Tag nyo po sila sa comment section. Hi, Mami Camille! Hello po! Ayun, si Mami Maria is from Capiz. Nakaka-amaze malaman kung saan galing yung mga nag-join sa atin. Si Miss Marilyn Lorbes is from Bicol. Hello po, thank you for joining us. Kamusta po kayo? For sure, mga nagsimula na ang mga Christmas parties. Diyan ba, Teach, meron na? Meron na ba sa inyong nag-start? Wala pa, diyan.
Here, we don't celebrate Christmas in school. I mean, not parties. We do celebrate it, but not in a party. Not like the Filipino
Oo,
way.
oo. Iba sa context na dito
Sobra.
talaga. Oo, kabilaan ng mga parties. Hi, Mami Nancy from UAE. Thank you for joining. Ayan, do feel free to tag yung mga yun nga, friends ninyo or families nyo or kung sino pang gusto nyo makanood ng ating topic for tonight. Come the Chaos, Practical Tools for Behavior Transformation. We are 5 minutes to starting.
We have one from Isabella.
Yes, si Mami Selly. Hello po, Mami Selly Ann. Mm. And if you have questions pala, yun din, feel free to type it in the chat box. If you have questions that we'll ask later from Miss Bell, so type them in the chat box. Specific dun sana sa topic niya, no? Tsaka dun sa mga mapapakinggan natin from what she's going to share. Ayan, thank you, Mami Sally Ann, for tagging your, ano po, friends and family. So, kamusta po kayo? Magandang gabi and magandang umaga kay Miss Bell kasi nasa kabilang side of the world siya. Ang saya. Meron na tayong 25 people watching us. Sige, tag lang po kayo or comment where you're watching from pala. Coming from. Karang pupunta sila. Watching from TK Tutorial Center from Navotas. Oh, thank you, Sir Eric G.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas! Yes. Oh, ang bilis. 30 na yung audience natin. Wait, double check ko nga sa mga groups kong na-share. I-share ko pa. Hi, Mami Dims! Shout out tayo sa'yo. Nandiyan na rin si Mami Dims. Mamaya nandiyan na rin si Inay Brens. Medyo busy lang. Share na po kayo sa mga nyo, pages nyo or tag nyo po. Check ko pa yung mga ibang groups na pwede kong pagsendan. Hmm, yeah. Ayan, we are 3 minutes to officially starting. And share away. Ayan, meron ding isa pa, si Teacher Ann from TK Tutorial na botas. Hi, Mami Abuel! Hi, Mami Erica! Hi, Miss Cheche! Good evening kay Danny Girl. Um, sana tama yung basa ko. Oy, from Batangas si Miss Joanne. Hello po from Batangas. Tag nyo na po yung mga friendship nyo. And we hope that if you have questions, you can type it in the chat box. Babalikan natin siya mamaya sa question and answer portion ni Teacher Bell. We are 32, we have 31 live audience. Watching from Quezon Province. Hello po, Miss Kathleen. So nice of you to Oh, from Norway, ang bongga. All the way from Norway. Si Miss Susana. Hello po dyan. From Nueva Ecija, Miss Grace, hello po. Sure, Mommy Dims. Hi, Sir Redner! Good
Hello po,
evening!
kumusta Miss
Hello
Joy?
po!
Morning,
Hey,
Merry
Miss
Kuya Red.
Bell.
Christmas! Ayan. Meron from Tacloban, Leyte, ang bongga. Watching from Lucena City. Ooh, 44! Nakakatuwa. Ay, wait lang, 8 o'clock na pala. So, baka gusto mag-speech muna, Sir, Sir Red, baka gusto niyo munang bumate before I introduce Miss Bell po.
Opo, hello, kumusta? Ako si Redner galing po dito sa Autism Pamilya. Excited po kami mag-collaborate. Ngayon may teacher kami dito sa Jacksonville, si Miss Bell. Magsha-share siya ng mga strategies para makatulong sa mga pamilya dyan sa mga bata. So, eto na po si Miss Bell and Miss Joy. Baka may sasabihin din po kayo, Miss Joy.
Thank you.
Maraming
Yes,
salamat.
I'm gonna introduce Teacher Bell. Pero Sir Red, super thank you. And all this is possible because of our collaboration and connection with Sir Red. And sila Ma'am, paki-mention nyo na po yung
Ay,
mga, yeah, oo, sila po, nakasama pa niya sa Autism Pamilya, sila po yung masugid na nagsusupport sa atin, hindi lang in goods, in kinds and goods, in financial, sa lahat talaga ng aspeto. So we're so blessed to have this year's collaboration with them. And magjo-join mamaya si Mami Dims. Pero super, super thank you, Sir Red, and even for your time that you shared with us tonight. Yay, 48 na tayo ang bongga. Now I'm gonna introduce, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I'm just going to introduce our speaker for tonight. Um, yan. Um, Miss Bell has been teaching for 11 years and she has taught in the Philippines for about 7 years, and 3 years is in DepEd. Now, 4 years here in Florida, US. And she's currently taking her master's in early childhood education, and her undergrad is elementary education, major in special education. So without further ado, I am going to no, share the spotlight to Miss Bell, and for her to start her talk on Calm the Chaos, Practical Tools for Behavior Transformation.
So, ayan po, good evening to everyone. Again, I'm Teacher Bell from Jacksonville, Florida. I would say that it's such an honor for you to invite us here to share something. Um, Nagbabasa po ako ng mga posts sa Autism PH. Thank you for inviting me to join the group din. I'm reading all the posts, I'm watching the videos, and gusto kong sabihin na I highly salute all the awesome parents. I've been working for kids with autism for about 11 years now. And nakikita ko po yung mga sacrifices and yung mga love, unconditional love na binibigay ng mga awesome parents to our kids with autisms. So I'm gonna share some practical tools that we use in the educational context. So we call this Calm the Chaos Practical Tools for Behavior Transformation. It's not moving. Okay. So, konting disclaimer lang po, the tools and techniques and strategies that will be shared in this presentation are intended for educational purposes only. They are not intended to diagnose or treat any mental health condition. The methods in these presentations are grounded in behavioral science, so most of them are rooted in researches and are intended to support general behavior change. They are not intended to substitute for therapy or any psychological treatment. So results may vary from person to person. Behavior change is a gradual process and requires consistent effort and personalized strategies. So yung mga i-share ko po ng mga practical tools, some of it may work for your child, some of it may not. Meron po tayong phrase na one size doesn't fits all. So it may work sa isang bata pero hindi po ito guarantee na mag-work ito para sa lahat. And again, yung mga methods is not to diagnose any mental health condition. And also, this is not substitute for therapy or any psychological treatment. So, we'll start. So, ano po ba ang behavior? Behavior refers to the way or acts in which in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. It can also describe how a person responds to a particular situation or stimulus. So, ang behavior po, hindi siya, ang behavior is not just for humans. Even mga animals, we see how they behave. So it's a generalized concept on how we react to something. It could be reaction from a situation na particular situation na nandun tayo, or it could be a reaction to a certain something, certain object or stimulus in the environment around us. Um, So, these are some of the behaviors na nakikita natin or na-observe most frequently sa ating mga kids, especially our children with autism. So, in the middle, we have the social interaction difficulties because autism is a neurodivergent case wherein it composed of different categories. Basically, lahat yon ang tinutumbok niya ay social interaction difficulties. They have difficulty socially interacting with other people. Although our kids may have trouble or they struggle or they having difficulties socially interacting, we have to respect their own space and their own way on how they socially interact with us and to other people. So some of the behaviors are repetitive. So ibig sabihin nauulit, may pattern po yung behavior. May communication challenges. Some of our kids doesn't talk much. Some of our kids talks too much. Some of our kids do not talk at all. So those are the nonverbal kids. And then may mga learning differences. Some of our kids are high functional, some of our kids are just average. And then, of course, merong mga nag-struggle when it comes to academics. Adaptive behaviors, ito po yung the way they behave, paano sila nag adapt sa isang environment na kung saan nandoon sila. For example, paano sila nag adapt sa school? Paano sila nag adapt sa bahay? Halimbawa, pumunta kayo ng parties, paano siya kapag nasa parties? Paano siya kapag maraming tao? So, adaptive is paano siya nag-a-adjust sa isang certain situations. So, some of our kids have behavioral challenges, be it aggressively, be it mildly. Madaming behavioral challenges na pinagdadaanan ng ating mga kids, especially sa mga primary since they don't have the capability to control. And we as the caregivers, kailangan natin silang i-orient and kailangan natin ipaintindi sa kanila kung ano yung mga nararamdaman nila. Um, and the last is, sensory sensitivities. So some of our kids is, they are experiencing sensory sensitivities. It could be masyadong maingay for them, masyadong malakas yung pandinig nila, or masyadong nakakasilaw yung ilaw, or kung nasaan man sila araw. Sometimes it could be for taste. Sometimes they wanna taste everything. They wanna put everything in their mouth. So there's a lot of sensory sensitivities that they may experience. Um, so these are some of the behavioral challenges that we encounter. So for me, at least for me in the classroom, this is what I encounter. So meltdowns, intense emotional reactions often triggered by a sensory overload, frustrations, or changes in routine. So meron akong isang bata, um, nagkakaroon siya ng meltdown every time nagfa-fire drill. So, alam niyo po yung pag-fire drill, maingay yung alarm, and then umiiyak na siya. Or sometimes even, since it's traumatic for him na to hear the word fire drill, sometimes even if in-announce pa lang siya, o magkakaroon tayo ng fire drill mamayang 9 a.m., nagpapanik na siya because he knows na it's gonna be something na hindi niya kayang um, i-overcome. So, before pa mag-meltdown, binibigyan na namin siya ng noise cancelling headphones. So, isa yun sa mga pwede natin gawin. Like, we can try to avoid certain occasions na i-expose sila dun sa magbibigay sa kanila ng frustration. Another behavioral challenges is aggressive or self-injurious behavior like hitting, biting, or other forms of self-harm, usually a response to overwhelming situations. So, I don't know if some of us have seen kids na sinasaktan nila yung sarili nila or nananakit sila ng ibang tao. The kids with autism, they do not mean it. And if ever na they did hurt you in any other way, they did not mean it. It's just the way they react to overwhelming situations. Do not take it personally. So kapag ka ang ating mga anak ay nagwawala or umiiyak, it's not about you. So it's just the way they're reacting. And of course, merong mga therapies na tinuturuan sila paano mag-calm down, paano paano i-manage yung sarili nilang behavior. And it's a process. Um, it's not an overnight thing na gagawin natin to ngayon and bukas alam na ng anak natin kung paano i-control yung sarili nila. It's a process. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years. So here are some of the four major strategies that I use in my classroom, handling kids, structured environment, positive reinforcement, visual supports, and social skills training. So let's start with structure environment. It creates a predictable and organized environment with clear routines and expectations to help reduce anxiety and improve behavior. So as teachers, since I think it's very relevant to share how we do handle 10 kids at a time, we try to be as organized as possible. And before we jump, bago kami tumalun dun sa for example, nasa classroom kami and we have to go to the playground. Bago kami pumunta sa playground, ino-orient muna namin ang aming mga bata on what or ano yung ini-expect namin from them. So we just don't go to the playground. Oh, let's go to the playground, let's play. That's not it. We have to orient them and put a time and effort to make them understand what's my expectations on you in the playground. So I think makakatulong ito sa ating mga anak bago tayo lumabas ng bahay. I-orient natin sila na ano bang mangyayari sa labas? Anong ina-expect ko from you? And ikaw, ano yung ina-expect mo from me? I know it will be hard, lalo for the kids who doesn't talk much and those non-verbal kids. But at least make them feel safe. Um, for sure they feel it without words sometimes. So what's a structured environment? I have here the spell framework. If you do search spell framework in Google, this is what it is about. So first is structure, creating a structured environment to provide predictability and reduce anxiety. Sa bahay natin, dapat merong routine. Pagkagising ko, anong gagawin ko? Pag kakain, magtutoothbrush, kailangan na sinusunod natin yung routine. Isa sa mga characteristics ng ating mga kids, ayaw nila ng may changes. They stick to their routine. And when you have routine, it's a high chance of getting them successful. We follow structure. Just like in class, we follow our timing. Hindi pwedeng math ngayon tapos science mamaya. Ah, may fina-follow kaming schedule. So all of our kids know kung ano yung routine sa classroom. Like first, kakain muna ng breakfast and then we have the phonics time and then reading. So it shouldn't be changing every day. So in a home, ganun din. Pagkagising ko, ano bang dapat kong gawin? So later I would share some tips on how can we follow a clear schedule or routine for kids with autism. So another thing for structured environment is positive. We need to be always positive. I understand that sometimes it's very hard to keep on stay positive, especially if our kids are having a meltdown, but they feel it. And I've been teaching for 11 years, and I would say it's the raising the voice, yung pagsigaw, never works for my kids. It never works. It's just it's, they work better when I'm talking in my usual voice. Of course, teachers, we do use our firm voice sometimes, but if it's just kapag yung regular conversation lang, regular, like for example, may nagbe-meltdown, hindi nakakatulong yung pagsigaw. Hindi nakakatulong yung pag-raise ng voice. So, kailangan laging positive. Paano ba magbigay ng positive feedback sa ating mga students? Halimbawa, tumatakbo yung ating estudyante or yung ating anak, um, hindi na, pag sinabi mong stop, mas negative yung reaction sa, this is just based on experience, mas negative yung reaction ng mga bata. Instead of saying stop, pwede natin sabihin na paalalahanan sila na hindi tayo tatakbo, maglalakad. So in English, we use the walking feet. Use your walking feet. So instead of saying stop running, we say use your walking feet. Because our minds, it is programmed to follow whatever you're saying. So we react better kapag positive yung sinasabi sa atin. So, what would you feel if everyday nasisigawan ka, if everyday ito yung naririnig mo sa bahay? So, the kids, they work better kapag puro positive yung naririnig nila. Of course, merong mga, in here kasi in US, punishment is never an option. We always divert them to something positive. So, empathy, understanding and respecting the individual's perspective and experiences. So, empathy is one of example is never compare. Never compare your children to anybody. So, some of us, the millennials, we still hold grudges na kapag yung parents natin nako-compare tayo sa ibang bata. What more kapag ang bata natin ay nagsta-struggle and then we're comparing them to a typical kid. So never compare and always put yourself to their shoes. So understand and respect the individual perspective and experiences. So from my experience, I do have parents who ask me all the time, how am I gonna make my kid socialize more? And one answer yung mga speech therapists namin sa school, ang always respond nila ay, you have to respect them. So if they join the play, so most of our kids, they join the play. So most of their kids, they said, nagjo-join ng play but doesn't talk and doesn't mingle. Like, nasa play pero naka-separate. Like, nasa isang place sila, pero may sariling ginagawa yung anak ko. How can I make him join the group? So the thing is, you cannot force him to join the group. You have to respect his own thing. So if that's the way he's reacting, if that's the way he's interacting, then you have to respect that. So low arousal, maintaining a calm and low stress environment to prevent sensory overload. So um, it works better kapag konti lang yung gamit sa isang room. So, since meron nga silang sensory overload, kailangan low stress environment lang. Yung mga gamit na hindi natin kailangan, we have to get rid of it. Kailangan natin silang i-let go. Kasi nagbibigay sila ng stress sa ating mga anak. So, and then links build strong connections between the individual, their family, professionals to ensure consistent support. I do love and appreciate the autism pamilya because it's like you're building connections from one another. You are sharing your experiences to other parents, and then nakakatulong for most of us na um, how to handle our kid, and then matututo tayo ng iba-ibang strategies from one another. Um, So the next one is visual supports. So since our kids, most of them have difficulties in following routines, some of them, and then some of them communicating, visual supports is very much useful. So visual cues, implement visual cues for transitions between activities such as timers or transition cards. So sometimes we do wear lanyards and then there's a pictures of it. I meant to bring mine, but I left it at school. So we can use label and signs, label all the items and areas with pictures and words to help children understand where things belong and what is expected. So, hindi pwedeng utusan ng anak na kunin mo ito doon sa yun, tapos minsan ginagamit pa yung muso pagturo. So dapat may mga label, may mga items. So kung if this is my crayon, if they can't read, then you have to use pictures, especially sa bahay. Paano yung mga gamit nila kailangan nila labelan or yung mga gamit nila sa school. So one visual support is the daily schedule. I do have the file for this kung gusto niyo po ng kopya. Um, Nagre-respond sila sa pictures, believe it or not. So, daily schedule, paano ba ang ating routine? So, breakfast, and then bathroom, brush your teeth, snack. Because they follow the picture. So, after breakfast, they know the next one is bathroom. And then the next one is brush your teeth. And then, so on and so on. Schoolwork, nap time, relax. So, these pictures, they're, um, matawag nito, pwedeng pagbalik-balik ta rin depending on your schedule. We usually put it in a Velcro, tapos pinopost sa wall. Sometimes our kids needs visual supports for brushing teeth. Paano ba mag-brush ng teeth? So, makikita po ninyo sa mga bathroom, minsan may mga visuals, yung step by step, paano mag-wash ng hands, paano mag-brush ng teeth. So, it's very useful then for the kids kasi they're following the pictures. So, and then we have the quiet time choice board. Let me see. Let me skip that. So, yung visual, so the first then visual muna. So, the first then visual is sasabihan natin ng ating mga anak, first, you have to do this, and then you have to do this. So, it's very useful na merong pictures. Because some of them hindi sila nakaka-recognize ng facial expressions. Most of them doesn't understand words. And I'd like to share, sometimes when we talk to our kids, akala natin, napafrustrate tayo, bakit ang mga anak natin hindi tayo naiintindihan? Kasi when you talk to them in a whole phrase or in a whole sentences, some of them only get 2 words. So kapag nagbigay tayo ng isang instruction na napakahaba or sometimes 6 words, like nakukuha lang nila doon isang word, naiintindihan lang nila doon isang word or 2 words. So sometimes it's very hard for them to follow us. So as much as possible, make it simpler. One of the best that we use is the first then chart. There are only 2 words lang. First, you do this, and then you do this. So ano po yung pwedeng ilagay na pictures here? Yun yung nasa choice board here. The prices could be, for example, first, you have to do your homework, and then you can play with bubbles, or you can stay in math. So these are your child's choice board. They are the one who's gonna pick ano ba yung magdadrive for me to do my work first. For example, first, you need to eat first kung mahirapan tayong magpakain ng mga anak before you do iPad. So, sila yung pipili kasi sila yung may drive. Kailangan natin malaman ano yung drive ng mga anak natin. Ano ba yung gustong-gusto nila na they will really work hard for. So, some of them want sensory toys. They want construction like building Legos or blocks, transport play. But most of the times it's iPad these days. Um, and then we use timer too. For example, if they eat too slow and you have to follow a strict schedule, you can put 30-minute timer and then they would see that it's moving because it's very visual. They would see it's moving and returning back to zero. And then alam nila kung ilang minutes na lang yung natitira. For example, nagpunta kayo sa park and then nagtatantrums yung inyong anak every time na uuwi kayo ng bahay. Um, Before you drag them home, tell them, oh, you still have 10 minutes. To make them prepare na, oh, may 10 minutes pa ako to play. And then enjoy kung ano man yung ginagawa nila sa playground. So, and then, oh, you have 5 minutes. It's actually preparing them to to prepare para dun sa next na activity. So the timer is very useful. So this one, an example here is the animals, because they were gonna look at the animals at some point and they're gonna look that it's moving. And then again, it takes time to practice this. So this is the one I've told you about, visual routines for every task. So it could be how to brush your teeth, how to dress up, how to wash your hands, and all that. So the next one is the token board. So we use this in school. I'm not sure if this is applicable at home, but we do give kids stars every time na merong bagong skills, or like, if our goal is to make them sit for 30 minutes, and then for 5 minutes, nakita ko siya nakaupo, then I'll give him a star. So I'm working for, again, go back to the choice board. Ano ba yung nagda-drive sa mga bata to sit? For example, my goal is, so I'm for sure we're all familiar with IEP. We make plans for our kids. Ano ba yung goal ko for my kid in 3 months? Ano ba yung goal ko for my kid in 4 months? Ano ba yung gusto kong ma-achieve ng anak ko in 4 months? So, I'm I'm just gonna spread awareness to that parents, you have the right to make plan for your kids. And if you are in a SPED center or if you are in an inclusion setting, there should be a SPED teacher that's guiding you. Ano ba yung plan ko for my kid? So for example, my plan for one of my kid is to paupuin siya ng 30 minutes kasi nagra-run around siya sa loob ng classroom. So if nakita ko na for 5 minutes he's sitting well, he's not running around, he's not walking around, I'm gonna give him a star. And then another 5 minutes, give him a star. Because you're reinforcing yung good behavior na nakikita mo from him or from her. So again, go back to the choice board. If they got 5 stars, then they could get that. For example, it could be bubbles, because that's what we use in school. We use bubbles, we use puzzles, blocks, whatever that they would work for that certain goal. So now let's go to the positive reinforcement. So reward desired behaviors with praise, tokens, or other incentives to encourage repetition of those behaviors. Positive reinforcements could be extra playtime, um, verbal praise, high fives and hugs, special snacks, tokens and stickers, or sometimes small prizes. So positive reinforcement, as simple as hugging them, telling them you're doing a good job, keep up the good work, I'm so happy. Or you know what, the kids really appreciate if you tell them that you are proud of them. I'm so proud of you for doing a good job. Because it's reinforcing them to do the same positive thing, especially if you're working towards a goal. So the last one is, so after this, I'm gonna share something that we work on behavior for our kids after these four major strategies. So social skills training, we do social stories, modeling positive examples, emotion charts, and breathing techniques. So let's start with social stories. Social stories is para siyang maliit na book. And then, nandun yung mga expectations. For example, paano ako, sorry, I'm trying to translate. Um, for example, merong isang social stories about anger. social stories about talking nicely, social stories about following directions. So there's a lot of social stories that we can find online. And actually, I am trying to make a social stories kit for everybody for my masters. So I'm gonna share it to everyone once it's done with the process. Pero yeah, it will tackle a lot of stuff na kailangan nilang matutunan in their social skills training. And then I will provide a story and then an activity for them to do. So that's the plan. So and then modeling positive examples. We can tell our kid not to run if we're running. We can tell our kid, don't raise your voice, don't shout, or all that if we are shouting. So we have to model positive examples to them because tayo yung role model in their life. So emotion charts, we do post pictures of what is sad, what does it look like when you're happy, what does it look like when you're mad, when you're scared, and all that. Usually it's that for feelings, because most of them doesn't recognize facial expressions. They don't know if you're mad or you're happy or you're sad. Um, so pictures, give them charts. Most of my kids, like I have how many? I have 6 kids with autism, and they always stare at that chart. It's very interestingly, for some reason, they would enter my room and then stare in that chart. It's very appealing to them to look at those expressions. And then the last is breathing techniques. We can count to 5. Sometimes what I do when my kids are having a meltdown, I would say I would count to 5. We're gonna try to breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sometimes we have the butterfly breathing, like you stretch your hands like that. Um, so that's the butterfly breathing. There's a lot of breathing techniques that we can find online, but that's the most commonly used in the classroom, the butterfly breathing, the candle, blowing out candle breathing, like you're blowing out a candle, and more. So here I am going to present certain situations, and you're going to react sa ating Facebook Live. Heart, if do you think this is a structured environment, like if it's a positive reinforcement, laugh, react if it's a visual supports, or hug if it's social skills training. So our first situation is pinaalalahanan si Ben ng kanyang nanay na meron na lamang siyang 10 minuto sa paglalaro ng iPad.
So, you can chat po. Ayan, puro heart.
Very good. It's a structured environment. Um, Pwede ring visual supports if you are using a timer. Okay, next one. Pagkagising, ipinaalala ng kanyang ina, Ben, oras na para mag-toothbrush at maghugas ng mukha. Makikita ni Ben sa kanyang visual schedule na may picture ng toothbrush at wash basin.
Wala pa nag-react. Heart, structured environment. Ayan, may nag-hug for social skills training. Ay, hindi. Wait, laugh, visual supports.
Okay, this is visual support. Kasi may picture ng toothbrush at wash basin. So, sa almusal, ginagamit ang isang visual menu sa mga pagkain tulad ng itlog, kanin, at gatas upang mapili ni Ben kung anong gusto niyang kainin. Parang restaurant.
Visual
Oh, choice
supports.
board. This is the choice board.
Ang reaction nila.
Yes, it's a visual support. So, pwede din na listahan kung ano yung activity na gusto mo for this afternoon. Do you wanna go to the playground? Do you wanna play with your iPad? Do you wanna watch TV? So, it could be any types of visual support. So, matapos kumain, magpapahinga si Ben sa kanyang kama. Bago matulog, tinuturuan siya ng kanyang ina kung paano makakatulong ang pagpapahinga para maging handa siya para sa ibang gawain. Excuse me. Is it hard? Like,
Wala pa nag-react. May nag-visual supports react. Pero feeling ko, social skills yun, di ba, Teach?
Yes, this is social skills training. Tinuturuan siya ng kanyang ina upang makatulong ang pagpapahinga para maging handa siya sa ibang gawain. Because you're training him kung ano yung, kung paano nakakatulong yung pagpapahinga or rest. So next is, si Ben ay tinutulungan mag-prepare para sa physical activity. Pinapakita sa kanya ng kanyang mga magulang mga laro na gagawin nila sa labas. Magtatalon sa trampoline, magtatakbo o maglalaro ng bola.
Ang reaction ay hug. Social skills
Could be
training.
social skills training. Pwede din po itong visual supports kung, um, sorry, pinapakita sa kanya. Kasi pinapakita, so that means merong visual.
Mhm.
Pwede ring structured environment kasi sinasabi mo na kung ano yung gagawin, yung expectation natin. Ano ba yung gagawin natin sa labas? So, pwede ring structured environment, social skill training, and visual supports. Okay, matapos maghugas ng kamay, narinig ni Ben ang kanyang ina. Magaling, Ben. Nakita ko na mabilis ka ng maghugas ng kamay. Or maayos ka ng maghugas ng kamay. Very good. It's like positive reinforcement. Okay, I think this is the last. Ben, dahil natapos mo ng maayos ang activity, mayroon kang 2 stickers at isang paboritong activity mamaya. Halimbawa, dahil natapos mo ang iyong activity, you can play in your iPad or we can watch a movie for 30 minutes after. So it could be, yes, positive reinforcement because you're rewarding. So that's for it. So now let's move on to flip it. So flip it, it's an acronym for behavior transformation. It is a research-based um, strategy that we use. So there's 4 supportive steps to help your children identify their feelings, learn healthy self-control, and reduce challenging behavior. So flip it. So it says, don't flip out, just flip it. Ibig sabihin, wag magpanic, just flip it. So flip it. It stands for feelings, limits, inquiries, and prompts. So, kapag ang anak natin or merong akong estudyante na nagme-meltdown or umiiyak or nafo-frustrate for some reason, always acknowledge their feelings first. Kailangan natin maging mahaba. Sabi nga nila ang mga teachers daw po ay mahaba ang pasensya. Ito lang po, siguro natatrain kami on what to expect. So, number one is acknowledge their feelings. It's not about your feelings, it's about their feelings. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na napakaliit na bagay lang yan, bakit mo iniiyakan yan? Halimbawa, nawawala ang kanyang pencil. Napakaliit na bagay, bakit mo iniiyakan yung lapis mo. So we have to acknowledge na nakaka-frustrate siya kasi nawawala yung lapis niya. So pwede mong sabihin sa kanya na, oh, so this is what we do. Meron siyang script. I see you are doing blank. I wonder if you are feeling blank. So sometimes yung mga bata, hindi nila napapangalanan yung feelings. Um, so sometimes tayo yung nagsasuggest sa kanila na siguro ito yung nararamdaman mo. It's not supposed to be assuming. Hindi yun sasabi natin, malungkot ka. So, lagi natin sasabihin na siguro or I wonder if laging nanghuhula. Hindi natin sinasabing, oh, galit ka, oh, ganito, ganyan. So, kailangan, ano lang, lie low lang na pinapangalanan natin yung feelings. Kung hindi nila kayang i-express it by themselves. For example, I'm sorry, gently talk with your children about their feelings and what you are seeing and hearing as a result of their emotions. Help children identify the root of the feeling and cause of the behavior. For example, I have a student who wants to play with a toy. For some reason, nakuha ng iba yung toy during playtime. And then that's causing her to cry or mag-breakdown. Pwede natin sabihin na I see you're doing sorry. I wonder if you are feeling upset because of what happened. So that's the first step. Acknowledge their feelings. And then for limits, remind children of the positive limits and expectations you have for their behavior. Loving and simple limits helps around children with a sense of consistency, safety, and trust. So, for example, um, let's go back because it's a step. Let's go back to feelings and then limits. I wonder if you are feeling upset because somebody took your toy. Remember, the rule is that we share our toys and we wait for our turns. So, i-remind natin sila ano ba yung limits. Yes, pwede kang magalit, pero hindi ka pwedeng manakit. Yes, normal or typical lang na ma-upset kasi gusto mo yung laruan na yon, pero hindi ka pwedeng magsisigaw at maghihiyaw. So, yes, you're acknowledging their feelings and then you remind them ano yung mga limits on how to react to certain things. So, remember, the rule is that we share our toys or I'm gonna give some scenarios later to give more examples for the limits. Okay. The third one is inquiry. So, encourage children to think about solutions to their challenges, ask questions that promote problem solving and healthy coping skills. Increase, invite children to think, learn, and gain self-control. So disclaimer po, this works for every kid, not just for kids with autism. So increase is asking them to find a solution to the problem. So, I tend to grow up, so lumaki ako na sinasabi, parang dinedemand ka lagi. Pero we are in different generation. Ibang era na to. So, iba na kung paano mag-react yung mga bata on certain occasions or situations. So, sometimes when I was growing up, it's always, ano ba naman yan? Ano ba naman yan? Umiiyak ka na naman. Ganyan. Paano kaya kung, yung parang demeaning yung mga naririnig mong words. So, the flip it is actually positive siya. Because you're addressing the feelings, you're reminding them the rules in a nice way, and then you're asking them for a solution. So let's go back to the situation na example ko kanina. So I wonder if you're feeling upset because somebody took your toy. Remember, the rule is that we don't hurt other people, or we share our toys, or we take our turns playing with the toy. What can we do to help you with your feelings right now? So they can say about, oh, I'm just gonna play with a different toy, or I'm just gonna wait. Sometimes our kids doesn't know how to respond. That's why the prompt is in there. Prompt means bibigyan natin sila ng suggestion only if hindi sila nag-respond sa inquiry. For example, prompt is provide creative cues, clues, and suggestions for children having difficulty problem solving. Enthusiastically, bright ideas can lead the way to better problem solving skills. So I wonder if we, for example, yung bata hindi siya nag-respond. What can we do to help you while you're um with this feeling? Pwede natin sabihin, I wonder if we try to play with a different toy. Paano kaya kung laruin natin tong laruan na to? So, give other options. Or, I wonder if makakapag-antay tayo ng 5 minutes. Or, I wonder if I can talk to the other kid na laruin niya yung laruan for 5 minutes and then I will go back to you. So those are just the four strategies. So flip it, feelings, limits, increase, and prompts. In my classroom or when I'm teaching, sometimes I don't go too far to limits, increase, and prompts. Sometimes the feelings and acknowledging them is enough. And then they would stop. And then sometimes we would move forward to limits and then they will be reminded, oh yeah, this is the expectation of me. Oo nga, ito nga yung classroom rule na we share our toys. So sometimes you don't need the four strategies. Sometimes number one is enough. And then if you have to push more, you go through number two, and then if he's still having a meltdown there, number three. So I just would like to also share na sometimes our kids don't respond back, they refuse to answer you, then give them 5 minutes, give them a break, or 10 minutes, and then go back again. I wonder if you were feeling upset a while ago. So if they refuse o ayaw nila magsalita, just let it go. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then return if they're still having the agony or yung frustration. So the next, I think this is the same. So, try to help for feelings, which is the heart symbol. Try to help a child understand the feeling that is causing the behavior. After you identify the feeling, remind rule and expectations in a positive and simple way. And then once feelings and limits have been addressed, ask open-ended questions to help the child find the solution. So for inquiries, we do not give questions that could be answered yes or no. Because that's prompting. So inquiries, open-ended question siya. Ano kaya ang pwede nating gawin para... So, binibigyan mo siya ng chance to give you suggestions. So, hindi ka pwedeng magsabi na, ano kaya kung laruin natin tong toy car instead of doon sa toy train? Kasi that could be answered with yes or no. So, that's already a prompt. Increase is giving them a chance to give you suggestions and finding the solution by themselves. So, for prompt, when the child seems stuck, try to answer your open-ended questions and offer some creative hints. So, dito na, pag hindi sila nakapagbigay sa inquiry, ng suggestion, then you can prompt them. This is the question that can be answered with yes or no. They can answer it with either yes or with either a no. And then give more. If it's a no, then give another options. And then give more. Usually, taking a break is one of the major ways. So, I do have certain examples here. Um, I don't know how you're gonna react though. You can probably put it in the chat. So, si Juan ay isang batang 5 taong gulang, hindi makapag-antay ng kanyang turn sa paglalaro ng laruan sa paaralan. Madalas siyang magalit kapag hindi agad niya nakukuha yung laruan. So, how are we going to, okay, sorry, to flip it? So, feelings. Juan, mukhang naiinis ka dahil hindi mo agad nakuha ang laruan. Tama ba? Okay. Kailangan maghintay ng iyong turn. Ang mga laruan ay para sa lahat. Kaya kailangan nating maghintay. And then increase. Ano kayang pwede nating gawin habang tayo naghihintay sa laruan? Pwede niyang sabihin na maghihintay na lang ako or maglalaro na lang ako ng iba or hindi natin kasi sigurado kung ano yung sasabihin ng bata. So, pwede kang mag-prompt. Ano kaya kung kumanta tayo habang naghihintay? Ano kaya kung maglaro muna tayo ng ibang laruan habang naghihintay? Ano kaya kung maghintay muna tayo tapos kakausapin ni teacher or ni mama yung bata para um para ipasa sa'yo yung laruan in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So, give them time. Or ano kaya kung maghintay tayo ng 20 minutes tapos magkwentuhan muna tayo. Something like that. So, next example, si Carlo, isang batang 7 taong gulang, ay nagmamadali at gusto na niyang umalis kaagad ng bahay nang hindi hinahanda ng maayos ang kanyang mga gamit tulad ng sapatos or bag dahil gusto niyang makarating agad sa parke or playground. Carlo, mukhang excited. So for feelings. So ano po yung feelings dito sa phrase na ito? Excited. Carlo, mukhang excited ka at hindi ko mabasa. At gusto mo nang makarating ka agad sa park. Naiintindihan ko na gusto mo na maglaro agad. Pero Carlo, kailangan mo na magsuot ng sapatos at magdala ng bag bago tayo makaalis. Dapat din nating siguraduhin na lahat ng gamit mo ay maihanda at madala. Anong pwede natin gawin para hindi tayo magmadali at maayos na makaalis papunta sa park? So, the prompt will be, bago tayo what's this? Bago tayo magtungo at maglaro sa parke, kailangan natin magsuot ng sapatos at magdala ng bag. Gusto mo bang tulungan kita? So, that could be a prompt as no, nag-offer tayo ng help sa ating mga kids. So, I think that would be all for flip it. Again, flip it means feelings, limits, inquiries, and prompts. We cannot all jump to, so Hindi pwedeng mag-jump agad tayo sa prompts. Because that's, parang nag-a-assume ka kung ano yung gusto ng ating mga anak. Always try to follow yung feelings, yung limits, increase and prompts. So, increase is very important because that gives them the chance to talk and mabigyan sila ng choice to to solve the problem. Um, so I think that would be it for the practical tools that we can use. If you
Thank
have
you
any
so
questions,
much,
we'll try
Teacher
as much
Bell.
as possible to answer.
Binabalikan ko nga, although yung nakita ko teach mostly nag-request ng copy and I know we will provide, I think we will post dun sa Autism PH group yung mismong presentation. Yung binigay mo teach, it's already ano no, okay for sharing. Yung
Yes po.
shinare mo, okay, sige. We'll post.
Um, Yes po. So, if you do want the visual supports for choice boards, for routine, I can also send it po. And then, as I've shared earlier, I'm currently writing or making social stories kits for our kids to parang it's a simple stories lang to present them the expectations in in certain situations or paano tayo mag-react. I'm working on self-awareness, like feelings. It's okay to be mad. How are we gonna react? It's okay to be. So I am actually writing a social stories kit, and maybe in 6 months it will be ready. Then it will be shareable.
Yehey! Actually, may nagtanong doon, teach. Ano pong example ng social skill story? So,
Um,
ayan na po
sorry
yung
kasi naiwan ko yung sample ko eh. But social stories kit, may picture siya. Tapos, for example, ang topic ay keeping hands to yourself. Paano ba i-self-control yung ating kamay? Kasi yung ibang bata, bilis ng kamay. So,
tama.
meron siyang phrase, for example, di ko, no, naiwan ko kasi yung example. For example, I will keep my hands to myself. So yung changeable siya to your name. For example, Belle will keep her hands to herself. So may certain situation siya. So when my teacher is not looking at me, I am keeping my hands to my lap. So, yung I na word, interchangeable siya to your name. So, yung social stories, pag binabasa natin sa anak natin, pwede nating palitan yung the word na I. For example, Bell, um, kapag hindi nakatingin ng aking kasera, it will be in English. If my teacher is not looking, Belle will put her hands to herself. So, something like that. And then there will be simple activities for kids to do after each social story. So, social stories, hindi natin siya binabasa ng isang beses lang. Sometimes we have to read the stories as often as possible. It could be every day, once a week. That's why it should be a kit. Hindi lang siya isang story. Madami siyang stories on um, certain situations. I think that's it. So again, hindi siya basta binabasa lang in one day kasi it's a training. Binabasa
Mm,
siya every day, binabasa siya. So put some time on reading the story to the kids. So
repetitive.
social stories, meron siyang mga social situations na examples and then how are you gonna react? And then it has pictures too.
Mm. Thank you, Teacher Bell. Actually, Mami Dimps, andyan na si Mami Dimps or nawala ba siya? Pero kayo andyan na si Mami Dimps. I would just like to say thank you and congratulate you. Well, so far sa lahat ng mga live ko, Teach, this has been the one na sobrang pinakamataas na
Thank you.
live attendees. Ang highest, I think, was 138. And up until now we are over 100. So to
Oh,
yung
thank
highest
you.
promise. Di ko alam kung dahil sa topic ba or sa timing kasi usually I do Sundays. Pero nakakatuwa. And then super relatable nung mga sinabi mo, Teach. You presented it na sobrang easy to understand, easy to follow. Sobrang practical talaga, literal. Your examples were so great. I'm sure marami sa mga nanood sa atin, talagang babalikan nila yung mga in-explain mo, tsaka yung mga tips na shinare mo. Mami Debs, are you there? Di ko alam kung na-disconnect siya kasi bigla siya nawala sa
Thank
screen ko.
you. Thank you po. Thank you po sa inyo. Again, I really admire all your unconditional love and effort. As a teacher, so I don't have a kid po. Wala pa po akong anak. Pero nakikita ko po ang mga magulang kapag sobrang effort po nila. And kapag ka po involve ang mga magulang sa education ng kanilang anak, mas successful po sila.
Totoo, no,
And,
Teach? Oo,
opo.
yun talaga. Totoo. Pag sila yung nai-empower mo tsaka natututo. Siguro one of the things na na-appreciate ko, bukod dun sa spell na diniscuss mo, tsaka dun sa flip it, ano, nakikita ko yung, yun nga, yung practicality niya of how you're gonna do it. Tapos, sobrang thank you sa effort na Tagalog yung ibigay ng mga examples para mas relatable sa mga manonood. Pero bukod dun, siguro yung nagpabigay ka ng mga examples na they can process. Sobrang helpful nun. At saka, naisip ko lang while you were presenting that, um, sa ibang parents siguro, parang you have to try it more than once. Halimbawa, 'di ba kasi sinabi mo doon, merong sequence 'di ba, doon sa flip. Sa dulo pa yung prompting, 'di ba? So hindi yun nga yung highlight mo kanina, hindi siya magja-jump agad to prompting. Kailangan mo munang unahin yung acknowledging the feelings, 'di ba? Yung mga sinabi mo na step na yun. Tapos ang iniisip ko lang is kung halimbawang sa una, ikalawa, hindi nag-respond yung kid or hindi effective, for the parents to not stop. Syempre, hindi naman agad-agad eh. It has to be super, super daming pag-uulit sa iba-ibang sitwasyon, sa iba-ibang pagkakataon na itry nila before they say na na makita nila yung response. Kasi naisip ko baka ma-disheartened sila pag sabi ni Teacher Bell, ganito lang yun, tapos di naman siya sumasagot o kaya mas nag-worsen pa. 'Di ba? So let's give it more time and more exposure. Wag kayo agad sumuko sa mga unang pagkakataon. Hanggang sa makasanayan nila, and kayo din, makasanayan nyo yung sequence na binigay sa flip, masundan natin siya. Ayun, may gusto ba kayong sabihin, Sir Red? Feeling ko na-disconnect si Mami Dims kasi di ko talaga siya makita sa screen dito. Sir Red, do you want to share anything po?
Thank you, Teacher Bell. As Miss Joy nagsabi, super informative yung presentation and nakikita ko sa mga comments gusto nila yung mga script tsaka yung mga social stories. So, abangan nyo. Maggagawa daw si Teacher Bell ng mga yung social story tsaka yung script para makatulong po dyan sa Pilipinas.
Yes,
Yes
thank you
po.
so much.
I will be in contact with Kuya Red po and Ma'am Christine and Miss Joey. So I'd like to also share that um I support Autism Pamilya here in the US since I'm based here. We do jewelry. We have autism bracelets that is
Wow.
for sale. If you have a relative here in the US, encourage them to buy because all the proceeds go to Autism Pamilya and then yung money na na-earn, we use, Kuya Red use it for projects.
Yes.
So I'm
Thank
the
you
one who
po.
make the jewelry. That's how
Oh,
we get in contact with Kuya Red
ang
because we
galing.
the same. And I do support the advocacy. I'm always vocal about it. I do love the kids with autism. I do. It's very interest. At first it was just an interest for me to work on them, and then I fell in love with the job. And now it's very interesting like how are they different from one another? Hindi sila pare-pareho. It's always there's something unique about each one of them. So I always am vocal about the advocacy of Autism PH and Autism Pamilya, and I will try to support in any way I can. I do have friends from the same field that siguro mas marami pa silang mga ma-share, especially yung mga friends ko na nasa self-contained setting. Alam ko po na may mga magulang tayo na nasa self-contained. Yung self-contained po, ibig sabihin lahat ng bata na nasa classroom, sila ay mga special. So it could be a different exceptionalities. Pero self-contained, ibig sabihin hindi po sila nakahalo sa mga typical na bata. So kapag ka naman po inclusion, yun naman po yung setting kung saan um, nakahalo yung ating mga bata sa mga typical kids or non-disabled peers. Either way, what works best for our kids is the best. Hindi po best ang self-contained. I cannot say self-contained is the best. Inclusion is the best setting kasi nahahalo sila sa mga non-disabled peers. The inclusion or general education setting is not the best setting. Ang best setting is kung saan nagtathrive ang ating mga anak, ang mga bata. So I do have friends in self-contained. So, because I'm in inclusion, so I work with kids na namimix sila sa mga non-disabled peers. I traveled in 6 classrooms and then check how are they can nagbigay ako ng support sa kanila, sa teachers and to them. So I do have friends who deal with kids in a self-contained. So they have 10 kids in one classroom with different exceptionalities. So we have the CSS, that's Communication Social Skills classroom. That's mainly for kids with autism. So sometimes there's 6 kids with autism in there. And then mga highly equipped yung mga teachers na nandun sa classroom na yun. So most of my friends are in that setting. So I think I would try to refer them to Kuya Red. I think most of them na um na introduce na kay Kuya Red. And
Mhm.
I'm looking forward. Alam ko na they will be eager to share too.
Yay! Thank you so much. Teacher Bell, do you mind? Mag-share lang ako ng screen so you can stop sharing this
Oh, yes.
part. Tapos, share ko lang. Yun, I would like to thank everyone na nag-stay. Tapos, kailangan, nagkaroon daw ng emergency kay Machi sa ni teacher, ni Mami Dimps kasi sumakit daw yung tenga. That's why she was out. Nakita ko lang ngayon eh. For now, share ko lang yung mga some of the pictures and we'd like to say thank you sa lahat ng umattend. This is yung sa yung first natin na party sa Batangas na inorganize ni Inay Bren. So, some of the photos that you're seeing on your screen yan, sa Santo Tomas, ay wait, sa Batangas to. Hindi ko pala sure exactly kung saan. Sa parang Santo Tomas. Yan. So, may mga videos pa sila. Yan, sa post nila. Yan. Nandiyan si Abe. So, nakakatuwang makita because of the support. Tapos, yung mga parents and families that attended. Nakakatuwa that we get to see face to face. Tapos, ito naman yung isa kanina lang. Kaya busy si Mami Dims. This was one is in Bulacan. So, nandyan yung mga first time na mag-meet ng mga parents with their kids. Ang saya. Tapos, sa Jollytown yung presentation, ayan. So, salamat sa lahat ng mga, 'di ba? Ang bongga ng mga sponsors ni Mami Dims. Pero nakakatawa talaga kasi well attended naman. Na-meet naman yung kailangan natin. So, maraming
Mm.
salamat at kino-congratulate ko ulit si Mami Dims at si Inay Bren sa tagumpay ng lahat ng pinaghirapan nila for this Christmas party to push through for this year. Thank you so much. And I think if you have no more questions, ipopost na lang po namin yung PowerPoint presentation ni Teacher Bell. So para po sa inyo i-advertise ko lang, you can check out Autism PH yung group, tapos Autism Pamilya, you can like my page po, you can also like Miss Joy SP with the purple color picture. Yan po yung public na FB page. And thank you sa lahat po ng support ninyo. Have a good evening. And good morning, Sir Red and Teacher Bell. Thank you for your
Thank you
time
po.
again
Thank you.
for sharing
Thank
with us
you.
and spending
Have
time
a
with
good
us.
night.
Kayo rin po. Ingat po. Bye everyone. Thank you.